Hi everyone, I hope you have had a beautiful week. And today I'm here to talk about week 17 from an astrological point of view, which is going to be starting on the 26th of April and till 2nd of May. So basically the day is, or the week is going to be starting with Pluto stationing retrograde, which is on the 26th of April. Now, it is something which happens every year around the same day, plus minus 1 week, I would say, and then it's going to be lasting for 5 months. However, I have made an intense video about this already, which is available on my YouTube channel. So if you want to know how it might affect you on a personal level, then check that out. And I'm going to put the link on the top of the screen as well, so you will be able to check it out. The following day, we are going to be having a full moon in Scorpio. And guess what? I've also made a separate video about that. And I've also broken it down into the 12 sign as well. So also you might want to check it out because it's quite an intense Scorpio full moon and you need to get ready for it. So the link is going to be above. Now, we're going to have after a couple of days to recover from the Pluto retrograde energy and the Scorpio full moon as well. So really the week is going to be starting on the 29th, where Mercury is going to be sextile in Neptune. Now, well, it's very good transit actually to relax the mind, to do something creative with your hand, or actually to talk even about spiritual matters as well. Now, your words can be a lot more soothing. Remember that Mercury is in Taurus, which is all about a little bit calmer than, for instance, it was in Aries. And actually, you can even help others to heal with your own words. Your senses can become a lot more acute. You can actually pick up plenty of extra information throughout your intuition, basically. Or maybe you even get you get information through your dreams at night or through meditations, or even if you believe in spirit guides, for instance, or if you are able to channel your ancestors, for instance, they can fill you up with some type of divine message, basically. It is brilliant to actually do anything artsy. So Mercury rules the hand, anything which is handmade. So if you are into artwork, brilliant day, painting, or even writing, or you want to be writing something about romance or a fairy tale type of story, it could really be a beautiful day for that. Or even it is very good for poetry as well. Neptune's something to do with the muses, so you are really inspired to do something creative. This is not necessarily the day when you should be studying, or this is not necessarily the day when you need to be writing something technical. This is more about using your fantasy. Also, this Neptune is kind of helping Mercury's mind frame to kind of expand. So you are able to maybe focus on the larger picture. And probably it's not the day when you should be focusing on itsy bitsy details. I also feel like that relationships can benefit from this also, because there is a lot more compassionate way of approach to how you communicate with your partner. So actually, this is a brilliant day to learn something new about your loved ones, or even, as I said, spiritual, astrological matters as well. Maybe you want to be just having your angel cards, for instance, Neptune rules angels, and then shuffle it and then wanting the divinity to give you a message, which is the most important right now for you. You can get great guidance from them. If possible, do something also fun. So maybe it's worth going to the theater or just watching a movie at home, listening to music, relaxing, and trying to also switch off your mind a little bit. But on the very same day, actually, Mercury also has got a conjunction to Black Moon Lilith. So this is going to be a little bit of a change gamer here for us, because Mercury Lilith aspects show how the relationship is going between the mind and what you need to do to make ourselves happy. So Mercury represents your thought process, and Lilith can talk about crisis situations. So this is quite a hard aspect, let's put it out there. But the reason why I started explaining what Mercury sextile Neptune mean, because actually that could be helping you to overcome this harder conjunction between Mercury and Lilith. So the Lilith always indicates Plutonian, Neptunian themes. So we can have dangerous thoughts. We can even have, unfortunately, suicidal thoughts. We can actually have a wild and, wild and kind of a dramatic way to look at things. Maybe it's just a little bit of a depression type of combination, what we've got here. So, and what happens with your mind, not in Taurus though, but usually the mind is just moving somewhere and basically somehow it becomes restless with Lilith. Now, in this case, I feel like that Mercury in Taurus is actually it's actually a better position this time around, because it still grounds your thoughts a little bit. So you become practical about things and you don't allow yourself to basically fly off the handle. So again, this might be an aspect which can make you distracted, which can make you be all over the place. And unfortunately, Neptune does not necessarily help on that. So this is the reason why I said, do rather something spiritual and creative rather than looking at the details very closely, like with a magnifying glass type of things. Maybe actually your mind is going to be like roaming in search of some type of information. Why is that? Because Lilith, as I said, is a Plutonian character. And Pluto, Lilith act like a magnifying glass. But Lilith is more about the shadow side of yourself. So it's very internal. It's things which is hidden deep within you. So it's very important that, for instance, you meditate or you take a moment to have a breath and, feel that breath to kind of run around your whole body. So do some breathing type of exercises. This could actually help you even to calm down more. Some of the positive traits with Mercury and Lilith is actually that it brings a highly creative mind. So it produces some of the most dynamic teachers and writers, for instance. Or actually, you can have a photographic memory as well. And you can even have some type of clairvoyance type of feeling also. But the very negative trait of this aspect is that it kind of distorts your logic. And it somehow becomes frustrating for you to concentrate on something or negotiating with others or just to speak clearly. People can easily misunderstand you. Now, on the 30th, we are going to be having Sun conjunction to Uranus, which happens once a year, by the way. And Uranus is the planet of excitement, unexpected changes, and it represents the freedom and the rebellious side of ourselves. So actually, we can feel a very strong urge to break free from any type of routines and doing something completely different what we usually do. So you should do so, because there is this restlessness, there is this nervous tension, which is going on within yourself. So this is the day when you should actually be a lot more active. For instance, I've decided I'm going to be starting my gym practices on this day. When I spoke to the personal trainer, then I was like, this is going to be the day when we should be really starting, because I feel like maybe that Uranus can actually electrify the ego as well. So it can push the sun to achieve something, right? And it's good to do something which is out of the ordinary. basically. So create some type of changes. Yes, it can bring some unpleasant changes also, some type of upsetting disruptions to your life as well, especially around work situation. But have a look at what sun really rules in your chart. If it rules, for instance, the fourth house, maybe unexpected events happening within the family. And you're going to have to actually just ground yourself a little bit. But remember, Uranus is still, both of them are still in Taurus, which means that it wants you to get out of your comfort zone, right? So it's brilliant day to meet new and unconventional types of people as well. The more negative expression of this impulsive energy is that we might be taking unnecessary risks, and we're going to start rebelling against authority figures, for instance. So just be mindful about this energy, because we spoke about the Mercurian themes with Lilith and Neptune, and sometimes things can be just flying out of our mouth and we don't really, so that's why I recommend it to breathe, to count to 10, because your reaction can be sometimes a little bit aggressive around these days, especially towards your superiors. Now we are going to be having a day break again, and the next major aspect is going to be happening on the 2nd of May, which is the last of the week. However, this is packed with aspects, so we are going to be speaking about 3 major aspects. One is going to be Mercury trining Pluto, and actually, I feel like this is a brilliant day to actually ask for any type of favors. Or it's brilliant to talk to people about something which means a lot to you. Mercury represents your mindset, also your brain. So, and Pluto is the power. So actually your brain can be very powerful today. You can have the ability to penetrate into other people's minds, or you just can have a better understanding about your thinking process as well. So this aspect is very good to manipulate sales, for instance. So if you want to be advertising something, maybe this is the day when you should do, because it's brilliant for sales work, debating, bargaining, negotiating with someone, and most probably it just happens in a very favorable way for you. Now, as I said, you can really influence other people's way of thinking as well about something, or you can even meet someone who actually triggers your set of mind. And maybe it gives you an idea, or you guys sit down to plan something out together. But even it could indicate some type of karmic friendships and relationships as well, which might be coming into the picture. So that's also very good aspect. But at the same time, just watch out for Pluto's obsessive nature. So maybe you become very obsessed of doing some type of research, or you want to be discovering something. Probably you would prefer a little bit of a quieter period this time around, meaning that your thoughts are crystal clear. Brilliant day to speak to a psychologist, a therapist, a psychiatrist, for instance, or even to get a psychic reading, a past life regression, for instance, or even an astrological reading as well. The reason why I believe this is a brilliant day to do something like that, because after Mercury meeting Black Moon Lilith, it's Venus's turn now. So Venus on the very same day is going to be conjuncting Black Moon Lilith. And this could really talk about the question of the depth of your relationship. It might be the day when, when you might feel more intensity within your relationship. You might feel that the relationship you are in is a little bit superficial, and we want to be going as deep as possible. So actually this aspect could be brilliant for any type of bonding. But Venus is a feminine energy, and Black Moon Lilith is also a feminine energy. So it's like having two Eves in the paradise, and they are holding hand, but they want to be walking away from each other type of story. So it could really talk about the fact that the feminine part of you is kind of getting ripped apart, and one wants to do this, but the other one wants to do something else. Of course, Venus wants to have some type of pleasure, and Lilith is bringing that little demon into the picture and telling you that, why don't we focus on metaphysical dimensions, for instance, right? But Lilith can also enhance the creative side of Venus as well, because Lilith is all about something which comes out deep within, right? So you can be a lot more magnetically attractive today, and people actually can don't be shocked if people start checking you out in the street. This can even lead to some type of dangerous situations also, right? So I feel like this aspect is also very good for unifying your feminine needs and having a balance between those two, or just to have a higher understanding of the interpersonal relationships in your life. Now, some of the positives of this Venus-Lilith combination is definitely that you can be a lot more charming, and therefore that's very supportive towards that Mercury trine Pluto energy. You might be doing any type of manipulation, but don't get me wrong, this manipulation is like you make people do what they want, what you want to do, but when you want to be kind of guiding them into the right direction. And you do that with grace and not necessarily in an aggressive manner. But the negative trait is definitely that we don't feel feminine enough, right? And we make kind of an egotistical question about our appearance. And maybe we start talking down on ourselves about how we look like, and we might become a little bit more vain as well, looking into the mirror and I don't like this, I don't like that. So we can start focusing on the negatives. Now, also Venus is going to be sextile in Neptune, and this is going to be our last aspect we talk about today. And I feel like maybe Neptune again is the way out of those hard energies there. So Neptune and Venus together brings in the sensual and the caring side to ourselves. So this is very good to spend some quality time with a quality, passionate time together with our romantic partners. Maybe actually with that Lilith and Neptunian, Venusian energy, we just need a lot more like romantic moments and foreplay and sexual erotic pleasure in our life. So brilliant for dating. It does give us a great sense of magnetic force around us. So we might start attracting people into our life as well. Brilliant to go and do some type of shopping, checking fashion magazines, jewelries, cosmetics, or even to decorate your home environment as well. So make sure this is the day when you do something creative on your body. The reason why the body, because Venus is still in Taurus. So, but when it comes to things like craving for chocolate and sweets, that's also very possible with this energy. So the pleasurous type of side of things. Now, if you experience some type of low self-esteem, then actually this is, again, a brilliant time to take selfies or stand in front of the mirror and give yourself some positive affirmations about, I like, I don't know, my little finger, or I like my shoulder, or, whatever it is. Very good for artistic endeavors. So again, especially singing and dancing related things. So you might want to, even if you are just a bathroom singer, make sure that you do listen to those and, to those music you enjoy a lot, or you just dance, you just be dancing around in your home. But this is very good for some type of creative expression of ourselves. So, well, this was a shorter video than I usually make, but mainly because I've spoken about in separate videos the major events of the week, and that's Pluto and the Scorpio full moon. So don't forget to check those two out. And also just make sure you press like and ring the notification bell, and also share the video with others as well. See you very shortly with another weekly insights. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye-bye.